Hi guys, welcome to Caught the Ross channel. Today I will be giving you guys some tips and tricks on actually getting prepared for a new large breed puppy. This can kind of apply to all puppies in general. Some of these rules will be for previous dog owners like myself that already has a puppy in the home, and others will apply to just having a new puppy in general. Let's get into it. All right, guys. Tip one for you: puppy proofing. It's pretty plain and simple. What you want to do is have the house clean. Uh, Before you get the puppy, you want to put away pretty much all expensive gear and equipment, any wires, loose wires hanging around, laptop wires, phone blocks and wires. You want to just put this stuff up high enough so that puppy can't get to it. Anything that's non-replaceable or that's really expensive, you definitely don't want the puppy getting to it, because they really can chew it up. Especially for a large breed dog like him, he was already tearing stuff up at 8 weeks old. So you guys have to know and understand kind of what you're getting into, especially if you're getting a large breed dog. Smaller breed dogs, it may not be as bad if you are watching them, but you know, you just want to prepare to put all your stuff away. Okay, guys, second tip and tricks for you guys is basically to create barriers in the home. So when you get a new puppy, you want to let the puppy get familiar with the whole home, but I recommend doing it a section at a time, okay? The reason being, the new puppy, they're going to get into stuff, they're going to chew up stuff, obviously, they're going to pee on the floor, they're going to have accidents. You might have even poop on the floor sometimes. So what you guys want to do is confine them to one section of the house at a time. What I recommend doing is giving them a certain area to live out of. So that means put their cage, their food, their water, kind of all in the same section. And then let them develop that comfortability for that being their actual section of the house. So when you go from there, it allows the dog to have a sense of home and allow them to become comfortable a little bit faster. So just create barriers, and that way you can work them into the rest of the house. That way you won't have so many accidents or things missing and things getting chewed up. Okay, so another tip for you guys, basically in the same section as barriers, is try to keep them the puppies as close to the door as possible. This allows you to kind of be able to get them out the cage and get them out the door to go pee as soon as possible, or let them do their due diligence quickly, and it lets them know, hey, you need to go outside to actually use the bathroom. Okay, also another thing, if you already own a dog currently, don't move your dog's section around. If he has a section of the house, let that stay and you work around him. Dogs hate change, especially in their home. So if you were going to change the section, do it weeks earlier, change it a little bit, and then previously set up cage prep and stuff for the other dog, so that way when the new dog comes into the home, your current dog has a clean feeling about it, because they're already kind of nitpicky about having another dog come into the home. So that is some very good advice. Even with small breeds, you want to kind of keep their placement and everything the same and work around them. Okay, guys, next tip is let the dog out as much as possible. I know for some of you guys, you might live in condos or high rises or something like that, and this might not be the best option for you. But if you're a homeowner or you live in a first-story apartment or something like that, where you can let the dog out as much as possible, definitely take advantage of this, because it will speed up the potty training process and will also keep them from making accidents on your floor. Another thing that I do recommend with this also as well is keep some potty pads close to the door. So don't use potty pads as a crutch, because they will learn that when they pee on them, it's okay to pee on them. You're just going to change pads. So you don't want to really do that. But if you have carpet or something like that, keep some potty pads close to the door, because when they start learning that they need to go to the door, they might not be able to hold it. And it's happened several times with old buddy here. he'll go to the door, but he's already letting it out because he's trying to work his way to the door, but the bladder is just not strong enough, okay? So keep potty pads close to the door, and that'll keep accidents off the floor. All right, guys, the next tip here is go cheap. The puppy is a puppy. It will grow, so don't try to buy toys and stuff to scale up on, because a lot of times you get toys and stuff, and it might even be too big for their mouths, so they will find it less intriguing to play with because it's too big and it's too much for them. Especially with him, I would spend all this money on these nice expensive toys, and he wouldn't even play with them until he was actually of age to play with them and his mouth actually grew so he can actually play with some of those toys. So just go cheap. Be careful on the cheap toys that you pick. Some of these toys are not as healthy for dogs that I've heard. I've never had a problem with a cheap toy before, but I have had some reviews and some people let me know, hey, watch out for the cheap toys. They might have some chemicals or some different type of things in there. So that's just something for you guys to watch out. But go cheap. If you do have a current dog right now, use Handmedowns. Okay, Handmedowns are great. I have some collars from him that my new dog would definitely be able to scale up into, and they're in pristine condition because I got the expensive stuff, the expensive collars, the expensive harnesses and stuff like that, so they don't wear and tear as much. So that is something that you can do if you're planning on, you get your first dog and you're like, I'm gonna get another dog. Definitely buy the more expensive stuff as far as collars and equipment. That way you can use Hand-Me-Downs, because that's what I'm gonna do, and it's just gonna save a lot of money, and it's a less headache and not another bill. Okay, guys, here's my last tip for you guys for, getting a new puppy, preparing for a new puppy. Just pay attention to the puppy. I mean, you need to watch this puppy like a hawk. So it's just the same thing as having a newborn kid. You want to watch it till you can't watch it no more. So that way you get to knowing what their mannerisms are. What are they scared of? When do they have to go to the bathroom? What they act like when they have to go to the bathroom. All of these different things, you need to be learning as much about this puppy's movements and style as much as possible. That way you can cater to it and build that confidence in that puppy, because just because you might have a previous dog and they might be totally different. I know he was totally independent when he was a puppy. He didn't want anything to do with us. He did his own thing. And I read his mannerisms and I let him play off of that. And now he's a big lug. He wants to love us all day, every day. So just watch the mannerisms, understand the puppy, watch, pay attention to the puppy as much as you can, and this will get rid of all types of headaches. This will keep them from chewing on stuff. This will keep them from just wasting money for you guys, essentially. And it will make their confidence bigger because you understand them, and then you have that respect for them. So, yeah. All right, guys, that was my few tips and tricks on getting ready and preparing for a new puppy, especially a large breed dog. Smaller breed dogs, they have a little bit different tendencies, but this applies basically in a general rule of thumb, guys. So if you did like this video, give us a thumbs up, comment underneath, and hit that subscribe button for us, and get ready for more Caught the Rot videos. They'll be coming to you soon. Thanks.